This is the Kate Daly Show.
Sam thinks Jesus is on his way. Doug thinks she's a hoot. Rob thinks Bud Light makes you gay. Shane thinks Rob is cute. Coach thinks college athletes are making too much bank.
Oh, yeah.
Kim thinks COVID was a Chinese prank.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Kate Daly Show, and I've got Uncle Milty here. We'll take your calls, 888-673-1450. 888-673-1450 is a call-in number if you're listening to us live. I also wanted to mention, please text Birch Gold because they will help you. You know, Friday we did a show about, I did a show about the future, about how to strategize about it, not so you don't feel out of control, so it doesn't feel so scary, but something that you can maybe figure out some things now. Look, one of the best ways to do that is to text Birch Gold. Otherwise, I wouldn't tell you to do it. This is a fantastic resource for you. They're updating this information all the time. It's free info kit, free information on how to get everything solidified with gold and silver in your life, all those accounts that are hanging out there, your retirement, all those things that you're counting on. I know you're worried about them, and you know digital tyranny is coming in. And if that happens, our account's going to be lost. Well, that's what happened in the drill. So yes, it very, very well could be. So, back it with silver and gold. All you have to do is text this number, okay? 989898. 6 digits. They repeat, 989898. Text my name, Kate, K-A-T-E. You'll get some fantastic information that I really want you to have. Another thing that people were talking about, too, was the creepy Golden Voyager with the creepy music. Everything was creepy about the Olympic ceremony, opening and closing. The menage a trois, the Last Supper, everything about Paris. They were asking for what was the theme of Paris this year, and I can't believe the comments that said total crap show, words I can't say. You get the idea. Just people were so unhappy with the whole thing, and NBC only had 19 billion viewers at any part of it. 19 million views, sorry, billion views. Sorry, no, million views. I'll make sure it's right. Hold on. Go ahead.
I just want to say that if you're trying to look up menage a trois to see what it means, don't worry about it. You're safe.
You're safe. Oh, man. Yeah. In fact, the numbers were actually really low with the Olympics. And so I know why. And a lot of people just tuned out. Mostly a lot of Americans will jump on and watch that. They didn't this time. They didn't want to. Okay. So the solar storm thing, and I'll figure out the numbers by the time the show ends. It's on something and I can't remember where it is. The solar storm. So they're building a case for when they started building a multiple case. Now we have the solar storm. Now we know there's a hacking, which seems a little ridiculous, right? That they would know it's coming. How do they know it's coming? Usually hackers are catching people by surprise, but they just know it's on election day. All of this stuff, why are they doing this? It almost seems too obvious because everyone's first thought was they're going to screw us again. No, they're going to screw you anyway because the elections are completely hijacked at this point. We know this. We know this. They did the hanging Chad. Okay. They did that as a problem so they could rush in with the software. Okay. In 2002. Yeah. They created a problem with the hanging Chad so they could serve up a solution that was put under national security so they could never divulge it or talk about it and you couldn't get any information on it. It's completely hijacked. Yeah. So that's why I think they're building a case that the elections are going to get stolen, but it's a little too obvious for me. I'm sorry. They're coming up with too many scenarios that are wackadoodle. Come on.
Yeah, there's tons of evidence that the most accurate and easy way to do it is paper ballots in your district.
I know.
It is. Just
and then they go, well, the hanging Chad.
Yeah, well, I remember
that was a total ruse.
I had a friend named Chad. I didn't like him.
It was a total ruse. The whole thing was a lie. Okay. Yeah. And so what I'm saying is that, yes, they're going to hijack it. It's not a if, but they're building too many reasons as to how they're going to hijack it. So to me, that's where the overblown, this is, oh my gosh, there's this and this and this and this. Now I start to go, oh, okay. The fix is in, but the answer to this fix is in is going to be something that people aren't going to predict. That's what it says to me. I'm just telling you my honest thoughts.
Look, everything they do has a purpose.
Uh-huh.
The CGI of the crowds visiting with Kamala.
Yeah.
You know, somebody asked me, well, why would they do that? And I said, because they learned. When Biden was campaigning, his crowds were non-existent. We talked about it. Everybody noticed it.
Right.
So this time around, they said, well, we can't let that happen to Kamala because she has nothing going for her. So this time we'll just create CGI crowds.
Right.
And they gobbled it right up.
Right.
They just gobbled it right up.
The Hillary green screen, you guys remember this, right? Okay, so everybody was saying the exact same thing. They were like, okay, so they're going to fudge it for Hillary. I think we're up against the same scenario, in other words. They're building the media case that Kamala is a completely different person now. She is completely AI'd. She can't go off script, or you can tell, right? Because she's a moron. But here's the deal. They did the same thing with Hillary. They built the case so that everyone knew or thought they knew that they were going to fix it for Hillary, fix it for Kamala. They're so far lefty loony that I don't think the party wants them. I think they're discardable. Okay. Is that a word? Discardable? Anyway.
It is.
I think that.
I do that with my Depends.
Yeah. Stop it. I think we're going to need them for this election session. So that's what I think. I think we're getting to the fakery is fakery plus. And so I think this is going to get easier to see this time. And I think they're playing the same game. I really do. I think it sounds like the same game they played with Hillary. Hillary had the green screens and everybody outed it. And everybody was just sure that they were going to, and a lot of the talk shows are saying the same thing. They're going to, give it to Kamala. They're warning us. They're prepping us. I actually don't think so. I think it's going to go the other way because they're doing so many things to overblow the narrative. That's my thought. Anyway.
I kind of agree because they're making it too obvious.
Yeah. Too many things. Oh, the solar storm. Oh, the cyber attack. I mean, what's next? What do you think the third thing's going to be? I mean, they're desperate to have all of these different reasons that you can't. Their point is you can't walk away without thinking they're going to give it to Kamala because go look at the press today. They're also going after J.D. Vance and not Trump. And what happened to the Trump trials?
Well,
that was in the press 24/7. He was going to go to jail. He'd be in jail for the Republican convention. What happened to that?
Well, they didn't convict him and sentence him in anything. So now it's too late.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just put a stop to that and put our money into something else.
I know you don't. I know people don't want to look at that. But you have to. You have to look at that. Why are they not talking about the Trump trials? Why are they not talking about him being a felon?
Well, they do say that every once in a while.
In a blue moon.
But that's all they say.
Yeah.
He's a convicted felon.
Okay, let me give you an example, too. New York Times today. He wasn't on the cover as Orange Bad Man. He was in a byline where it said, Trump called Harris a communist. He must be desperate. And I was like, that's a really mild headline for him.
Yep.
Okay. Because the media goes after him, right? They would punish him, right? By making him headline and then making the picture of him look extra orange and making the picture of him look terrible. I just think that if you're going to look at this whole picture, look at that too. We haven't seen anything about the trials. Well,
calling her a communist is not something to even call out. I know somebody that calls her Hormala.
You know what? I don't know what else to call her. I've never seen a woman so proud of sleeping her way to the top. Yeah. It's just she calls it woman power. That's not power, honey. You're just slutty. That's not power.
You're obviously not a man.
Oh my gosh. She slept with poor Willie when his wife was pregnant, 8 months pregnant. I mean, she doesn't care. She's proud of it. That's why. I mean, she wasn't even trying to hide it. Sick. She's gross. Ooh, nasty. Disease-ridden. Ooh. Anyways, be right back. Kate Daly Show. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks for listening to The Kate Daly Show. All opinions expressed by the program participants on The Kate Daly Show are solely their own and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of